Oh yeah, the last couple of days I've had a couple of really amazing conversations with people about the franchise that I'm growing. And I was thinking this evening as I was driving back from dropping my daughter off. When I first started tutoring, it was kind of like a case of don't tell anyone what you're doing because there's a high chance that they're going to judge you and you're going to be awful at this and you're going to fail and it's going to be a disaster. And every negative comment was going on internally inside my head. And so I put my profile on the national database and kept it quiet because I thought, well, if no one knows about it, then they can't judge me. They won't know when it fails. And that was my kind of like logic when I first started. And then the first family got in touch and I went along, did the lesson, and afterwards I messaged and said, I hope you're happy with how it went. And yeah, she was really happy. Yeah. Okay then. And then you get the second lesson from another family or a lesson from another family, and they kind of say, you go along, you do the lesson, you say, how did it go? Are you happy with how it went? And they went, yeah, really happy. See you next week. Oh, okay. And then you start to get referrals, and you kind of think, help, this is terrifying because they're gonna be the ones which discover that you're not really very good at this. And you can like every comment inside your head is going, Dawn, you shouldn't be doing this. Dawn, you're not the right person to be doing this. Dawn, what if? And you talk yourself into believing that you are a failure and you shouldn't be doing this. And who are you to be doing this? And over the years, literally for the first few years, I dreaded going to new people because you kind of think, well, maybe this is the family that's going to realize that actually you shouldn't be doing this. You're not very good at it, and all these other kind of like self doubts. And then you start realizing that actually on Facebook or wherever you can see these recommendations, people are posting and saying we're looking for a tutor, and people are going, "Ask Dawn," and they'd give these messages, and they were always really, really kind. And you think, wow, that's not what I expected. And you start to have this self-belief that actually maybe I'm not awful at it. Maybe this is actually something that I am okay at. And then a few months ago, I said to someone that I would like to have another go at franchising the business. And you can like you brace yourself for their Dawn really comments. And they go, oh, brilliant, yeah. And then you say it to someone else, you say it a little bit more confidently this time. They go, yeah, brilliant. Why wouldn't you? I think, okay, well, this isn't the response that I was expecting. And so the more positive comments you get, the more you kind of start to think, okay, well, maybe this is something I could do. This is something I should do. And you start to talk to people about the fact that I want to grow the idea that our ethos is you work with the child that sat there with you in that moment. You don't work with the curriculum, you don't work with the syllabus, you don't work with the label. You work with the child that's in front of you in that moment, and you adapt and you change things according to the child here in front of you. And I say to several people, I look at my brother and I, and we are chalk and cheese. Both had exactly the same upbringing. We both same parents, same holidays, same experiences, same everything. But he's incredibly intelligent. And I've worked really, really hard to get to kind of like where I am. I look at my three children, and again, they're all very, very different. Again, they had the same parents, same upbringing, same everything, same opportunities, same experiences. And they've all gone off and done completely different things. And at school, they would have all learned very, very differently. Can I think, well, I know it's a very small sample, but out of five of us, we were all so different. You couldn't teach us in the same ways. And so, how can you look at all those children out there that need help and expect to teach them in the same way? It's just not feasible. And you get caught up on, well, if they need this grade, then they need to do this, and this to achieve it. And if they've got dyslexia, then they're going to learn like that. And to an extent, yes, that's true. It gives us a framework to work around, but we've also got to acknowledge that we are all completely unique individuals, and we need to embrace that. And that's what our ethos has always been about, is kind of like working with the child that's here in this moment, not their label, not not their dreams, not the things that they struggle with, but what that person needs in this moment in time. And it's amazing how the more you say it to people, the more people can like go, wow, yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, right. This is great. I hope you succeed. And I think the reason I'm saying this now is not because I'm trying to go, hey, look, actually, I am good at tutoring, or hey, look, this is the next amazing thing I'm going to be doing, because who knows whether it actually will be. But what I am trying to say is if you've ever thought about tutoring and you've got all these voices going on in your head saying, yes, but what if? Why? Who are you to do that? They're exactly the same voices that I've had, and I've had them for years. But actually, those voices are inside your head. And if you listen to the ones that other people are talking about you with, they're probably completely different. So if you are thinking about becoming a tutor and you want to have a chat, please do get in touch because I'm more than happy to have a chat. It's not a sales call or anything. It's literally just a chat. And if you decide afterwards that actually, yeah, I am interested in the franchise, that would be great. But that's not what this is about. This is just about having the confidence and the self-belief in yourself that I can have a go and see what happens. And yeah, it may not work, but actually, yes, it may do. And if it does, there's an opportunity that it's going to help many, many children. And if you hadn't have had a go, those children would never have received your help. So if you are thinking of becoming a tutor, good luck with it. Good luck as well of tomorrow if you've got a child that's got GCSE results coming out. And fingers crossed. I hope you I hope you follow your dreams and that they become the reality and they go on and help many, many other children.